Every morning, millions of people wake up to the sound of an alarm. They rush through breakfast, fight traffic, clock in, work 8, 10, sometimes 12 hours a day. Then they go home exhausted, only to repeat the exact same cycle tomorrow. They believe they are working for money, but something much more valuable is leaving them every second. Time, the one thing no billionaire, no celebrity, no world leader can ever buy back. Now imagine another person. He also wakes up early. He also works hard. But instead of only selling his hours, he spends part of every day building something that can grow without him. A business, a skill, an investment, a system, an idea. At first, their lives look almost identical. Both are working. Both are sacrificing. Both are tired. But 5 years later, everything changes. One person's income stops the moment they stop working. The other's income continues, even while they sleep. This is the difference between owning a living and building wealth. Most people have been taught one sentence since childhood: work hard. But very few were taught the second sentence: make your money work harder than you. Hard work is honorable. There is dignity in honest labor. But if every dollar you earn depends entirely on your next hour, you have built a job, not freedom. Think about it. If someone offered you $1 million, but you could never have another day of your life, would you take it? Of course not, because deep down, you already know that time is more valuable than money. Yet every single day, people exchange the most valuable asset they possess for something they can always earn again. Money returns. Time never does. The wealthiest people in history understood this truth. They didn't simply chase bigger paychecks. They built assets, companies, books, technology, real estate, investments, systems that continue creating value long after the work was finished. They stopped asking, how much can I earn this hour? And started asking, how can I create something that earns value for years? That single shift in thinking changes everything. This doesn't mean you should quit your job tomorrow. It means your job should become the fuel, not the destination. Let your income buy education. Let your education create skills. Let your skills create opportunities. Let your opportunities create assets. And let your assets slowly purchase your freedom. Because wealth isn't measured by how much money you make today. It's measured by how many days you could live without trading another hour of your life for a paycheck. The richest people don't own more time than you. They simply learned how to stop selling every minute they have. And perhaps the greatest investment you'll ever make is learning how to turn your time into something that keeps working long after you've finished. Every person on earth is given the same 24 hours, not 25, not 30, 24. The difference between an average life and an extraordinary life isn't time. It's what you exchange your time for. Most people grow up believing there's only one way to make money. Go to school, find a job, work hard, get paid, repeat. And while there's nothing wrong with honest work, there's something dangerous about believing that's the only option. Because the moment your income depends entirely on your hours, your earning potential becomes limited. Think about it. You can work overtime, take extra shifts, even get a second job. But eventually, you run out of hours. Your body becomes tired, your mind becomes exhausted, and your health begins to suffer. Time becomes a ceiling on your income. The wealthy understand something different. Instead of asking, how can I work more? They ask, how can I create something that keeps producing value after the work is finished? That's the beginning of wealth. A business keeps serving customers. A book keeps selling. A course keeps teaching. Investments continue growing. Real estate generates income. Systems continue operating. The effort is real, sometimes even greater than working a job. But the reward isn't tied to every passing minute. The goal isn't to stop working. The goal is to stop depending on every hour you work. Freedom begins the day your income stops following the clock. Most people admire success, but very few admire the process. They see the nice house, the successful business, the financial freedom, but they never see the years of preparation hidden behind those achievements. Every wealthy person starts in the same place, with uncertainty, with mistakes, with fear. No one is born understanding business. investing, marketing, leadership, communication. These are skills, and skills can be learned. The problem is, most people spend their free time escaping reality instead of creating a better one. Hours disappear into endless entertainment, social media, complaining, comparing, waiting. Meanwhile, someone else is using those same hours to build a future. One chapter read, one new skill practiced, one customer served, one idea improved, day after day, month after month. The results don't appear immediately. That's why most people quit. They plant the seed, then dig it up every week to see if it's growing. Real wealth grows quietly, like roots beneath the ground, invisible at first. Then suddenly, one day, everyone notices the tree, but nobody remembers the years it spent growing where no one could see it. That's why patience is a superpower, because those willing to work without immediate rewards eventually enjoy rewards that last for years. Don't focus on looking successful. Focus on becoming valuable. Value always attracts opportunity, and opportunity creates wealth. Every dollar you earn has one important question. Where are you sending me? Some dollars disappear forever. Others return, bringing friends. This is the difference between spending and investing. Most people celebrate payday, then immediately begin spending. A new phone, a bigger television, designer clothes, a newer car. For a brief moment, it feels like success, but the excitement fades. The payment remains. Now imagine a different person. Instead of buying something that loses value, they buy something that creates value. They purchase knowledge, stocks, real estate, a business, equipment, skills. Assets are anything that continues producing value long after you've paid for them. Liabilities continue taking money from your pocket. Assets continue putting money into it. The wealthy ask one question before every purchase. Will this make me richer, or simply look richer? Those are two completely different lives. Financial freedom isn't created by how much you earn. It's created by how wisely you keep, grow, and multiply what you already have. Every dollar is an employee. Give it a job, or watch it disappear forever. Most people wake up every Monday, thinking about Friday. They count down the hours, count down the days, count down the years until retirement. But imagine living a life where every week brings you closer to freedom, instead of simply another paycheck. Freedom isn't about never working. Freedom is choosing the work you love. The richest people in the world often work harder than everyone else. The difference is, they are building something they own. Ownership changes everything. When you own your knowledge, no one can fire it. When you own your skills, no recession can erase them. When you own businesses, systems, investments, your future becomes stronger every year. Don't let your salary become your ceiling. Use it as your foundation. Build while you earn. Learn while you earn. Invest while you earn. Because one day, the bridge you're building today will carry you into the life you've always imagined. Every fortune begins long before the first dollar is earned. It begins inside the mind. The way you think about money determines the way you earn it. Some people believe money is scarce. Others believe opportunities are everywhere. One mindset creates fear. The other creates action. The wealthiest people don't simply work harder. They think differently. When problems appear, most people ask, why is this happening to me? Successful people ask, what is this trying to teach me? That single question changes everything, because every problem hides an opportunity. Every setback contains a lesson. Every failure builds experience. The world rewards people who solve problems. The larger the problem you solve, the more value you create. And the more value you create, the greater your income becomes. Instead of asking, how can I make more money? Ask, how can I become more valuable? That question will change your life forever. Invest in your knowledge, your communication, your leadership, your discipline, because no one can take away the skills you've earned. Money comes and goes. Skills remain. And skills always create more money. Imagine owning money, even while you're asleep. Not because you're lucky, because you built something that keeps working. That's the power of systems. A business system, an investment portfolio, a book, digital products, rental properties, technology, anything that continues creating value without requiring every minute of your attention. The wealthy don't chase income forever. They build systems that generate it. This doesn't happen overnight. Every successful system begins small. One customer, one investment, one product, one idea, then another, and another. Eventually, those small pieces become something powerful. Stop thinking only about today's paycheck. Think about the next 10 years. The life you build today will either become your prison or your freedom. Build patiently. Improve constantly. Stay focused. Because systems create choices, and choices create freedom. Look around. Millions of people are running, working harder every year. Yet many remain exactly where they started. Not because they aren't intelligent, not because they don't work hard, because they never changed the game they were playing. They continued exchanging time for money without ever building something that could outlive today's work. Your job is not your enemy. It can become your greatest opportunity. Use it to learn. Use it to save. Use it to invest. Use it to build. But never allow it to become the only source of your future. The goal is not to become rich overnight. The goal is to become financially free over time. One skill at a time. One investment at a time. One business idea at a time. One disciplined decision at a time. One day, people will look at your success and call you lucky. They'll never see the books you read, the nights you studied, the weekends you sacrificed, the risks you took, the failures you learned from. They'll only see the results. But you'll know the truth. Wealth wasn't created by luck. It was created by consistent action, by patience, by discipline, by choosing long-term freedom over short-term comfort. Remember this. Poor people often sell time because they believe it's all they have. Wealthy people build assets because they understand time is too valuable to sell forever. Your greatest investment isn't money. It's your ability to turn today's effort into tomorrow's freedom. Start where you are. Use what you have. Learn what you don't know. Build something that outlives your hours. Because the day your money begins working for you, instead of you working for every dollar, is the day your journey toward real wealth truly begins.